Thanks for tuning in. I'm so excited about 2022. I think there is a lot going to happen. So in this video, I wanted to talk you through a little bit about our plans in Sweden. Obviously, we're not going anywhere else. We're not moving or anything. It will be our first full year in Sweden. So there will be lots of plans in Sweden next year. So 6 months ago, I moved with my partner and my 3-year-old daughter to Sweden from the UK in London, where I lived 10 years, but I'm actually originally from Germany. So yeah, we are basically a German, British, Swedish family. My partner is British, I'm German, and our 3-year-old daughter is British, German, and now kind of Swedish, because she can definitely understand and speak so much more Swedish than we can. So let's start with my Swedish plans in 2022. So first of all, there will be a new Swedish baby. If you are familiar with my videos, you know that I'm pregnant, and beginning of March, I'm going to give birth to a baby, hopefully, if everything goes well. I feel that's pretty much the biggest change in 2022, and not to say probably the most exciting part as well. But yeah, I think next year will look a little bit different because I will be on maternity leave. So I'm not going to work full-time anymore. So there will be a few different dynamics in the house. And also because I am on maternity leave, my daughter has reduced kindergarten hours. So I'm also looking forward to spend a little bit more time with her. And she's very excited about the baby. I think today she came to me out of the blue and said to me, the baby loves me, so the baby loves her. And I thought that was so cute. Yeah, I feel it might be quite a chaotic and stressful time at the beginning, but equally, I think it's very fascinating and so exciting to have a little new baby in this house and to kind of expand the family. So it will be definitely a mix of chaos and absolute joy. But yeah, in terms of videos, I think I will also talk then a little bit about maternity leave. I can compare it with the UK because that's where I had my first daughter. So that might be interesting to see what differences there are in different countries. So I will make sure to also talk about this on my YouTube channel. So the next second very exciting plan we have in 2022 is to buy a house. And that's really a big deal for us because not only are we buying for the first time in Sweden, we are buying a property for the first time ever. So we didn't own a house or a flat in the UK, although that's very common for British people to do. I'm very German and it's actually not that common for us to buy a property. Although my parents do own their own house, the average German actually rents pretty much their whole life. But yeah, you can see we want to stay in Sweden for a long while. So we are going to try to buy a house next year. I'm definitely a little bit nervous about it because it's the first time and then obviously also in a different country. Although I would probably be nervous in any country buying a house. So if you do have any tips for me, let me know down in the comments below. Some of you probably are familiar with buying a property in Sweden. So any recommendations you have, leave them in the comments and I say thank you. I will definitely keep you updated in my videos about the process as well. For anyone who's interested in what it looks like to buy a property in Sweden, the first step we have started is to schedule an appointment with our bank so we can kind of calculate what mortgage we can actually afford and what it looks like. And with that, we hopefully can look at some properties. Someone told me that the best time to actually look is between April and October. So we will see how that goes and what the market looks like next year as well. Because obviously it's still quite expensive and I have the feeling that the market will not change massively next year, but we will see how it goes. So yeah, I think in terms of what we are looking for is probably like something like a townhouse, like a radhus, I believe it's called in Swedish. So it won't be as big as this house we are renting at the moment. It's just a little bit too expensive for us. And yeah, I think we will stay around Stockholm, not necessarily in Stockholm, Stockholm, but the surrounding areas, just because my partner has his work in the city center and he's probably going in pretty much every day. So it has to be quite close to Stockholm to do that. But yeah, I think buying a property and paying those monthly mortgages is probably a little bit cheaper than what we are paying here right now for this house. And another exciting plan or plans we have for 2022 is to explore Sweden a little bit more. Of course, we already live here 6 months, so I feel like that's quite a long time. But the reality of it is that we moved here in June, and then there was a lot to sort out at the very beginning. Then obviously my partner started his work, and also I started to reduce my hours to 2 days a week. And then once my daughter was settled in the kindergarten, I could go back to 4 days a week. And so we also didn't really have like a proper holiday where we could go away. So this will be nicer next year also with me being on maternity leave, so we can actually drive somewhere in Sweden and explore Sweden a little bit more. That's very exciting. I know I already received a few recommendations of you, some areas we should definitely explore. But if you have any recommendations now watching this video, then I would be very grateful to also if you leave a comment down below, and I will do my research then a little bit and see where it's very suitable for us to go. Obviously, by the time we want to explore Sweden a little bit more, I'm thinking more about the summertime. We will have a little baby with us as well. So any child-friendly areas would be much appreciated. And something I have maybe not really mentioned here, I am not married yet, but I'm engaged. We got engaged last Christmas, on Christmas Eve actually, in Germany, which was very beautiful, being surrounded by my family. But yeah, because of the pandemic and also because we moved here and because of a lot of uncertainty and now a baby on the way as well, there's so many reasons why we haven't planned our wedding yet, but it's going to happen. So that's something I really want to tackle next year as well. The wedding might not be next year already, but the planning of it will be definitely in 2022. And I would love to get married in Sweden, and therefore I'm looking for a great location, probably more in the south of Sweden, just because I have, German family, and Germany is kind of like closer to the south of Sweden. And some people feel more comfortable driving with a car to Sweden, even if it's not around the corner. Germany is still a bit further, but you can access actually Sweden by car, taking a ship and driving then a little bit around in Sweden. So anything in the south, I think, would be absolutely gorgeous. And I'm a fan of like new traditions, very open. So I kind of want to combine our cultures, having some British traditions, which I'm not very familiar with, but some German traditions, which I know, and then also some Swedish traditions. So if you know anything about weddings, if you're married yourself and you want to share locations, traditions with me, then please feel free to do so. And last but not least, there is also my business here in Sweden. Although I will be on maternity leave pretty much the whole year next year, I do want to think about where I can take my new business here in Sweden. So I want to make some plans, like where I want to go, what kind of clients I want, what kind of work do I want to do, what other income streams can I think of, and doing some planning around it, some research around it. And yeah, just overall getting ready for absolutely nailing it when I'm done with maternity leave and to integrate myself in the business world of Sweden. Ideally, I would like to attend business events again. I used to do that a lot in London. I told you that. And I also said, here not that many, but obviously the pandemic is everywhere. So there were not many opportunities. So I hope at some point, that it goes back to normal and I could go to, every now and then to an event based on my industry, which is actually everything from like content creation, marketing, social media, but also data analysis. So that's where I'm working in at the moment. And also my business is built around it. So social intelligence and that kind of stuff, I want to explore a little bit more and discover the landscape here in Sweden for that industry. But yeah, of course, I have all these plans. And still, we don't know where we will be in 2022. It has been almost 2 years of pandemic, which is, if I just think about it, absolutely mental. I can't believe the world is upside down for 2 years and we still have no certainty when it all will end. I mean, I'm definitely glad that Sweden has their own policy, and it doesn't seem as chaotic as in some other countries. But yeah, in general, I just hope that this will have an end at some point and we can go back to normal, or at least, not worry too much and discover the world again. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I will keep you updated about my plans in 2022. And of course, I hope you will follow my journey as well. See you in my next video. Until then, have a great day and stay safe. Hey do!